Hello, greetings, and welcome everyone. I am Jeff the Christian Gamer, and today I'm going to share my thoughts with you on Google's first truly wireless buds, the Pixel Buds 2. First of all, let me go ahead and say that this video in most of its entirety was actually filmed at my parents' house, parents meaning my wife's parents. They are all wonderful folks, and they were kind enough to let us use their home, so first of all, I'd like to say thank you. We were there for my daughter's birthday party, my youngest daughter, so good times there. We did practice safe social distancing and all that kind of fun stuff as much as we could. Unfortunately, there were a lot of issues with that on the plane that we traveled on. They required face masks, but essentially we were packed in there like sardines, as the picture that I'm probably going to put up about here will show. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin at the beginning. Everything about the Pixel Buds 2 feels premium. For the cost of $180, I was hoping that they would, and fortunately they do. The box, the charging cables, the Pixel Buds case, and even the Pixel Buds themselves are all this soft touch, or at least a very smooth sort of material that's very nice to touch. The case is very sturdy and feels substantial in the hand, but it's small enough to fit in the smaller pocket of a pair of jeans. The buds themselves stay in your ear pretty well. The only time I personally had an earbud fall out was when I was being a little too hasty before my chores, and I just kind of pushed it in there without making sure that it was actually in. At any rate, about 15 minutes into washing the dishes, it slipped out and I had to pull a Neo from the Matrix in order to catch those bad boys before I fell in the water. I quickly dried it from the water on my hands, and the buds still work pretty well. Basically flawlessly, so yeah, I said that to say, besides some user error, I had no issue at all. As far as pairing the Pixel Buds go, I have a Pixel 3 XL, so the syncing process was literally as simple as opening the case, tapping the phone a couple of times, and yeah, this was pretty reassuring and refreshing and surprising coming from a 5-year-old set of Sony wireless headphones, so yeah, overall pretty pleasant. The sound quality for the Pixel Buds is absolutely excellent. The caveat there, unfortunately, is that the sound quality is only excellent when you can hear a pin drop around you. If there's any sort of wind or noise or anything whatsoever, the mostly passive sound dampening is just about useless. Overall, the sound is very balanced, if not a little treble heavy. The bass on these headphones is above average for earbuds that I've experienced, but not by any means class leading. Stuff like rap and techno or anything else with heavy bass feels a bit garbled and occasionally buzzes depending on the tone of the bass. Orchestra, jazz, and things like that really shine with these buds as the balanced sounds and tones really come through. Even with the heavy bass type music, I hear a lot of the little details that I don't even really hear in my car stereo system, which really speaks to their quality. Battery life. This is the feature that appears to make the Pixel Buds class leading in my opinion. I did a comprehensive battery test under several different conditions, including one bud alternating between the left and the right, 2 buds, long distance listening, basically having my phone in the other room, high volume, low volume, and every volume in between. Basically, as a relatively light earbud user, it took me about a week and 3 days to run these buds and their case dry from a full charge. As far as total time goes, I got 22 hours and 12 minutes of the advertised 24 hours, which in my opinion is pretty good considering I purposefully put them through their paces in order to run the battery down. Unfortunately, I have had my fair share of issues with these buds. The most prominent ones occur with any sort of video conference app or phone call. For instance, when you make or receive a call and another one comes in on the Pixel Buds, they fight with themselves or the phone, or I'm not really sure which, and sometimes they switch over to the other call even when you don't want them to. This forces you to disconnect the buds, swap to the call you want, and then reconnect the buds to make them function properly. As far as video conference apps go, when I got a regular phone call while in a video chat, the earbuds would disconnect completely from the phone, and I would have to wait for the caller to hang up and then disconnect the video chat entirely, and then resync the buds and then get back to the video conference. Since none of these things impact the listening of music, I consider these issues secondary to the experience the Pixel Buds 2 appear to be going for. Nonetheless, it was certainly jarring to have to deal with these issues the first time through and sort through and figure out these things without any sort of tutorial or manual or anything like that. I believe that's the life of an early adopter, but yeah, it's still pretty crazy. Anyway, most of these things should be able to get sorted out by a software update in the future, so I'm not overly concerned, but if in 2 or 3 months these things aren't resolved, I think they may have pretty big issues that could cripple Google's budding earphone business. Yes, pun intended. In conclusion, overall, I gotta say this is the first set of earbuds I have ever owned. The Pixel Buds did a lot of things right, and these things were things that I didn't even realize needed to be right, like the ease of setup and other factors that I've mentioned already. They also got enough wrong that I can't simply give them 2 thumbs up and call them the AirPods killer or whatever else they're calling earbuds that aren't the AirPods. Anyway, watching other people's reviews for these put a lot of this stuff in perspective for me, but overall I would say that they are great earbuds. If you are looking for something more professional, like if you want studio quality sound, or if you would like to have a lot of video editing acumen in a set of earphones, then I would probably say that you don't want to go with these. I would say go with a good pair of over-the-ear headphones that are wireless, because yeah, these aren't going to be your go-to unless you're in a completely silent studio and you don't really need to hear much bass. So overall, they're great workout earbuds. If you're the type of person that just wants to go on a run and listen to your favorite music while you're running, these buds are great for that. Just don't run beside the road. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am once more Jeff the Christian Gamer. If you would like to like and/or subscribe, you may do that by clicking on the links provided. Also, if you'd like to check out any other videos that I've done, you may do that by clicking on the links in this video. I do have a Facebook and a Twitter, both geared towards making sure you guys know when I release new content. Please check those out, and I will catch you next time. Also, please note that I have a Ko-fi page. That page is there for the sole purpose of getting me to the point of being able to do YouTube full-time, which would mean that you guys would have a lot more consistent and a lot more quality content than what you are currently getting, which is admittedly less than I would prefer. At any rate, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.